Here we go. Grab yourself a coffee, sit down, press play. We have just seen that everything that exists was first an idea, a thought, and an image that was seen and reviewed and felt again with a desired result. Even when we do not fully understand the how and why, it is a process that is sometimes quick and even instantaneous, and sometimes it can extend over several decades. We have seen it with the inventions of airplanes, car engines, electricity, computers that communicate with each other from one end of the planet to the other, a painter canvas, a sculpture, a dress, a table, a house. Everything was seen in the mental space before becoming a tangible and possible reality. These people had faith and followed their inner guidance. So, having faith is not believing before seeing, but rather not following the pattern logic of the ego or the intellect. It is to see it in oneself, to believe it with conviction through our felt emotions, before seeing it exist in our life, and to believe it again and confirm the belief. Many teach how to co-create or manifest only to please the ego, therefore to improve their lives, yes, but without necessarily making a difference, without following their full potential. These people, therefore, do not speak of fate because they are separated from their entirety and believe that it is a new process that has nothing to do with it. It is in fact fate that is simply named with a more modern vocabulary to avoid triggering the ego, which only seeks to keep its control and to limit its ego comfort zone. It is also a way of allowing expansion without old religious connotations. And in our era, many have stepped away from religion but have at the same time rejected their spirituality. And since it is impossible to reject our essence, therefore the spiritual or energetic being that we are, a method of co-creation remains essential to the expansion of who we are and of the greater than oneself. The ego or the intellect cannot let us believe correctly what fate is, because that is what leads to its loss, to the loss of its control over our tomorrow. When we have fate, we believe in our full potential, in our power of co-creation with higher consciousness, the divine mind, source, or God, whatever you prefer to call this creative energy. And when we regain control of our mental space, we can change the destiny that the ego was happy to trace in front of us from old data. The faith that allows us to move mountains or walk on water or to suddenly heal, it was not blind. It was imagined, therefore seen in the mental space. It was felt with conviction and beyond any doubt. Therefore, it was believed. Then it was ego true. Faith is what is true in reality before being true in ego reality. The grandmasters were not going to meditate or pray to beg for a miracle. They were going to meditate to connect, to align themselves beyond any doubt, or without their ego control, with this first portion of seeing it, feeling it, and believing it, then co-create it. This creative force is not that of the ego or the human. It comes from the higher consciousness that creates through us. The intellect cannot create anything by itself. It can only project what already exists. Fate is the process of creation. Looking at the picture from a new angle, we can see that not only is fate important, but it is the basis to follow. Many people follow this process without even being aware of it. Why do some affirmations or prayers work while others do not? Why do some desires manifest while others do not? Why do some unwanted things manifest anyway? Why do some people seem to experience miracles while others do not? Why do some things seem to persist and do more harm than good? Because in the imagination and thoughts, therefore, in the mental space, these desires or unwanted things are maintained and can only complete their process. What is in reality ends up in the ego reality, unless we act as an architect to change the plan at its base, unless we are aware of it and modify the data and only follow inspired actions, therefore, those that are from our higher self. The ego believes itself to be all-powerful and does everything in its power to keep its false beliefs active. And it is by lifting up the ego veils, that it is to say by transmuting one by one the thoughts and beliefs of our ego, that we can arrive at seeing beyond these veils. Therefore, to see with our soul or our higher self or full potential. It is by lifting up the ego veils that we can see this light shining and illuminating our steps. The ego has everything to its advantage to make us believe that it is difficult to have faith. And now that you know that you can believe without seeing because you know the portion that comes before, you can firmly say that you have faith. This was a simple little book, and I encourage you to get a copy, to read it again and pause and take the time to see what it means for you, how it works in your life, and meditate on it. It's amazing the self-awareness that can come out of this. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. And remember to breathe in, to let go of all your ego-based thoughts and vision, to see from your soul, and to love out.